Hello and welcome to Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. I am Olajide Bello. Remember, you can watch these broadcasts live on our website nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on your screen. Our President Bola Tinubu has returned to Abuja after his visit to Japan and Brazil. The presidential flight 001 landed at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport at 20 minutes past 1 Thursday morning. Also returning with President the Speaker, House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas, the Deputy President of the Senate, Barau Jibrin, governors of Kaduna and Plateau State. He was received by a delegation which includes FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, Chairman of Nigeria's Governors Forum, Abdurrahman Abdurrazak of Kwara State, among others. The president, who left Abuja August 15th, had a stopover in Dubai before proceeding to Yokohama, Japan, where he attended the 9th Tokyo International Conference on African Development, TICAD 9. After another stopover in Los Angeles, the president took off to Brazil on a two-day state visit. At the historic visit, the Nigerian leader was accorded a colorful reception. 5 agreements were signed to strengthen economic cooperation between both countries. And Chairman CEO Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NICAM, Abike Dabiri Erewa, has praised President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva for their commitment to fostering cultural ties between Africa and its diaspora. Abike Dabiri Erewa said these are the cultural and heritage event held in the legislative chambers of Brasilia, Brazil, which highlighted Soyinka's return to Africa project, symbolizing a spiritual and cultural reconnection with African roots. Professor Wale Soyinka and CBN Governor Yemi Cardoso underlined the practical impact of new direct flights between Nigeria and Brazil as a game changer for business and cultural exchanges. The sideline event formed part of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's state visit to the Brazilian capital, Brasilia. A Nigeria Immigration Service has announced an upward review of fees for Nigerian standard passports effective for September 2025. And a statement by the Service Public Relations Officer Akinshola Akinlabi said the new rates are 100,000 naira for 32-page passports with 5 years validity and 200,000 naira for the 64-page passports with 10-year validity. The statement adds that applications by Nigerians in diaspora remain unchanged. The Senate Committee on Downstream Petroleum is on a 5-day retreat in Port Harcourt, the River State capital. Osinachi Samuel reports that the strategic gathering is focused on strengthening legislative oversight, driving comprehensive reforms in the petroleum downstream sector, and aligning its operations with Nigeria's energy transition goals. The report.
The Senate Committee on Downstream Petroleum, chaired by Senator Suleiman Abdulrahman, commenced the 5-day retreat in Port Harcourt. Tagging the retreat a covenant of responsibility, Senator Abdulrahman urges members to confront challenges in the sector and to deliver policy solutions in line with President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. He stressed the sector's role in energy security, productivity, and economic diversification, pledging that a practicable legislative agenda will be fashioned by the end of the retreat.
This retreat is designed as a platform for sober reflection, candid engagement, and the charting of a clear roadmap that will guide the work of this committee in the 10th Senate. It is also an opportunity to align the constitutional mandate of this committee with the renewed hope agenda of His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Discussions focused on the implementation of the Petroleum Industry Act, especially the gas infrastructure and host community development funds, as well as broader reforms to ensure transparency, efficiency, and growth. Key stakeholders in oil production and refining, oil marketers, and host communities are participating. In Port Harcourt, Osinachi Samuel, NTA News.
And efforts to diversify the Nigerian economy are gaining traction with the gathering of industry experts to validate the National Digital Economy and E-Governance Bill in Abuja. Ayodeji Makinde reports that this bill is set to improve digital literacy and governance in the country.
The fast rising influence of digital economy in national and cross-border interactions has prompted this convergence of the Federal Ministry of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy alongside stakeholders to engage in smoothing rough edges and produce a guideline for this booming sector in Nigeria.
That in Q1 2025, the digital economy contributed approximately 7 billion naira to our real GDP, accounting for 14.19%.
When you have policy, they are just statements of intent. You want to do this, you want to achieve this. The strategy is how to do it. But law is more compelling than policies.
This framework, which boldens Nigeria's digital identity, creates frontiers for emergence of more unicorns, startups, and simplified governance at all levels, signaling a departure from paper-based platforms to electronic formats.
It's a modern bill, it's a forward-looking bill, and the bill has addressed taking care of things that the gaps that exist and the futuristic things that the government needs to drive all-purpose digital government.
The outcome from this engagement will be presented to the National Assembly for consideration as an act of parliament. In Abuja, Ayodeji Makinde, NTA News.
The National Economic Council at its 151st meeting has approved a proposal to strengthen polio vaccination coverage, which has increased from 81 to 84%, with focus on routine immunization. The Council also approved the implementation of the renewed Hope Medium-Term Plan 2026 to 2030. Details of this report will come in our subsequent bulletin. The Nigeria Governors Forum has commended the $1 billion investment proposal into the creative economy through a strategic roadmap projected at 2030 with more than 3 million jobs. This came to the fore immediately after a closed-door meeting which lasted several hours during the 5th meeting of the forum at its secretariat in Maitama, Abuja. Governor of Gombe, Muhammadu Inuwa Yahaya, who read the communique, said the initiative is necessary to launch Nigeria into a world model in the creative sector.
Key initiatives include $200 million Creative Economy Development Fund, the $1 billion Creative and Tourism Infrastructure Corporation, and projects such as the Lagos Arena, Abuja Creative City, and renewed Hope Cultural Villages. Governors commended the reforms to strengthen intellectual property, expand tourism, and elevate Nigeria's global presence, and resolved to collaborate through state creative economy desks, co-created festivals, and the adoption of the Niger Season platform.
The forum later paid tribute to the father of Governor of Kogi State, Ahmad Usman Ododo, who passed on recently, and prayed God to grant him eternal rest and comfort those affected by his demise. Now, stakeholders in water transportation management in Kogi State are intensifying sensitization campaigns across riverine communities. This is part of proactive efforts to prevent boat mishaps, especially with predictions of heavy flooding in 2025 and a likely surge in waterway activities. Solomon Aide reports on the National Inland Waterways Authority advocacy in Kogi State.
The rainy season often brings blessings, but it also presents serious challenges and sometimes even tragedies. For riverine communities in Kogi State, flooding and boat mishaps are recurring concerns.
Sometimes last year, we had an issue of a boat that capsized and we lost about 14 lives.
With rainfall intensifying and water levels steadily rising, stakeholders are now taking proactive measures. One of such steps is the recent visit by the National Inland Waterways Authority, NIWA, to Greya community in Kogi local government area. The visit aimed to sensitize boat operators and other water users on safety practices.
If we go into water together, you will definitely survive it and might not survive it because this life jacket, water will take it off you.
We have navigational signs on the river. We see some boys, black, red, green. They are telling you something.
The life jackets will save every occupant before the arrivals of safety officers.
In Lokoja, Solomon Ayedehi, NTA News.
Now, Solomon Ayedehi joins us from Lokoja with more on the exercise. Solomon, aside safety practices, which was part of the sensitization, what other areas was focused on?
That's your question right. I want to believe that the frequent raining across the country and also portends danger, particularly not of flooding alone, but also boat mishap. And it is in view of this that the National Inland Waterways are taking steps to ensure that the waterways are safe. If I must tell you, in the last 2 weeks, it happened in Sokoto State. Niger State experienced the same thing. And here in Kogi State, in November 28 last year, a boat that left Kupa Ibe village in Lokoja local government area going to Kachia market in Niger State capsized at Kupa Dambo. 14 people died. And it's against this backdrop that NIWA is taking steps to ensure that the waterways are safe. And the theme of their sensitization is safety, emergency preparedness, and response on the waterways. The focus is to encourage water transport users to refrain from night traveling and also to shelve the ideas of overloading their boat, as well as encouraging them to wear life jacket. As you can see, me wearing life jacket is an encouragement to boat users to ensure that they wear life jacket to avert mishaps, particularly on our waterways. And what did they do there? They carried out a lot of simulations, encouraging the boat users on how best to wear and to use safe and life jackets.
All right, Solomon, just before I let you go, I know you must have some interactions with members of the community there. How are they receiving this message?
The people of Greya, where the sensitization commenced from, they were happy because that was the first interaction they ever had with the authority, particularly talking about their safety on waterways. And NIWA did not only go to that community empty-handed. They went there with life jackets, which they distributed to boat operators. And you can hear the traditional ruler in that report saying that they were so happy and will take the message across to other stakeholders in the neighboring communities over there. They were happy, and we are so sure and encouraged by that outing that people using or traveling by water will have to now work very hard to ensure that they obey the rules and regulations. And if I may tell you, last week, NIWA also carried the same sensitization they carried out in Lokoja here in the capital. And they also enforce the use of life jackets. And so you can even see behind me here, the boat that is here, they are having life jacket there. Anytime they are traveling, it is obvious that they now obey the rules and wearing the life jacket. So there's hope that the mishap that is happening on Nigerian waterways will be reduced going forward.
All right, many thanks, Solomon Ayedehi. It is hoped that there will be light at the end of the tunnel based on that sensitization, and many thanks for your input from Lokoja. Moving on, Nigeria is closing the loop in its cyberspace with the inauguration of a forum by the National Cybersecurity Center under the Office of the National Security Advisor, charged with equipping industry players with protecting Nigeria's critical national information infrastructure. Defense correspondent Naja'atu Tijani reports.
Nigeria's cyber threat landscape, a report presented in 2022, shows trends in the country's cyberspace. Phishing attacks on SMEs increased by 87%, while 71% of Nigerian firms were hit with ransomware in 2021. All this is now changing with the official inauguration of a forum charged with protecting Nigeria's critical national information infrastructure under the Office of the National Security Advisor.
This journey of protecting our critical national information infrastructure has been long. It has been deliberate and strategic. From the Cybercrime Act of 2015 to the National Cybersecurity Policies 2015-2021, and of course to the recent executive order that brought us all here today that was approved by His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. This progress is a testament to the visionary leadership of the President, the unwavering dedication of the NSA, and our collective commitment to building a secure and resilient cyberspace.
Key frameworks and tools these stakeholders from across various sectors will be equipped with for the task ahead include information sharing protocols and the National Cyber Risk Assessment Framework, among others. The forum also provides an avenue for working with reports like Nigeria's cyber threat landscape, which will offer valuable insight into countering cyber attacks and protecting Nigeria's critical information online or offline. Naja'atu Tijani, NTA News.
Now, efforts to diversify the Nigerian economy are gaining traction and gathering of industry experts to validate the national digital economy in a governance bill in Abuja. And Adeji Makinde earlier brought us that report. Let's move on. Katsina State Governor Diko Umar Rada has emphasized that security of lives and property is a collective responsibility and citizens must unite against insecurity. This call to action comes as the governor expressed profound grief over a recent bandit attack in Mantau, Malum Fashi local government area of the state, which claimed 32 lives. Awal Haliru reports.
Governor Rada cut short his medical leave to personally condole with the victims' families and assess the damage. He explained that the community was attacked in reprisal after villagers repelled bandits, killing 7 and seizing their weapons. The governor announced immediate intervention measures, including rebuilding destroyed houses, renovating the mosque, constructing a new school and hospital, and providing assistance to families of the deceased.
Security is a collective responsibility of any citizen of this state, and we need the support of every person to make us achieve this.
Governor Rada appreciated the Nigerian Air Force for securing the release of 76 kidnapped villagers. The governor also urged individuals and groups with genuine ideas on tackling insecurity to share them openly, assuring that the state government will adopt workable solutions. In Katsina, Awan Halaru, NTA News.
The federal government is engaging youth to actively involve in national security and embrace productive values. Minister of Youth Development and the Commandant National Defense College gave the advice at a youth strategic conference held in Abuja. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports.
Youth constitute more than 60% of the nation's population and very active in the social media space. At a time, security agencies are deploying artificial intelligence to fight criminal elements. The involvement of this young population is timely. Youths here at the National Defense College at a strategic youth conference focusing on leadership and empowerment, courtesy of the Youth Development Ministry and the National Defense College.
In our country today, youth engagement in leadership and national development is very important. The future of Nigeria is in the hand and mind of our young people today.
If we truly desire a nation rebirth, then the young people of Nigeria must not depend on the margins of governance, They must be brought to the center as builders and shapers of the very institution that will sustain democracy.
This conference seeks to equip young Nigerians with the strategic thinking and leadership tools necessary to become proactive agents of Nigeria's national security.
They are the backbone of society. And whatever we're doing now, we're just laying the foundation for them to build upon. So there are several engagements in terms of empowerment, in terms of so many things.
Participants are expected to shun crime and work with relevant agencies in the fight against insecurity. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
The Lagos State government is turning attention to its coastal communities with plans to improve infrastructure and unlock tourism potential in places like Abuja, Lashe and Takwa Bay. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu led a working visit to the areas and says government is ready to balance development with order. Joy Ken Abakbuya reports.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, joined by his deputy Obafemi Hamzat and other officials, spent hours touring the beach corridor, meeting residents, engaging traditional leaders, and inspecting ongoing projects. One of the major stops was Ilashe, where a new 30 MVA transformer and an 11 kVA power line are being installed to improve electricity supply.
What is now remaining is really just the connection to the various houses and to the various homes and facilities that we have here. And Eco-Disco, there was an official handover of the step-down transformers, to them.
But beyond power, the governor expressed concern over uncontrolled building activities along the shoreline. He said the state would conduct a proper survey to regularize existing structures. Governor Sanwo-Olu described the corridor as unique and emphasized that it must be properly managed to maximize its tourism potential. He also assured that healthcare and other essential services would be factored into the state's plans for the area.
This trip has given us, has opened our eyes, and so what you're meant to you've seen things for yourself, and you know that as a government we cannot fold our arms and not intervene.
For the governor, the visit was about seeing things firsthand. For residents, it signals that change may soon be coming to their shoreline communities. In Lagos, Joy Ken Abakbuya, NTA News.
That's time. Okay. The Nigerian Correctional Service has refuted claims in a section of the media alleging that officers were compelled to pay 350,000 naira for training certificates. In a statement by the Service Public Relations Officer Umar Abubakar, the service clarifies that it has not authorized the collection of any such fees except for caution fees of 1,000 naira and 2,000 naira as applicable. The service advises journalists to verify information from its complaint desk before publication. The Presidential Initiative for Unlocking the Healthcare Value Chain, PIVAC, has welcomed a research team from University College London and Peking University as part of a study assessing the feasibility and potential impact of local manufacturing of diagnostic products in Nigeria. PIVAC National Coordinator Dr. Abdul Mukhtar said local manufacturing is not just about production, it is about health, security, resilience, and building the foundation of a healthy economy for the nation.
We are pleased to say that the outcome is very positive. I think they will go back and digest all the information that they've gathered over the next several days and then come back to us with a very clear plan for localization of their products.
We're exploring opportunities around diagnostic manufacturing in Africa, thinking through the whole process to be able to advise them about the viability of a project in Nigeria in particular, but across the West African region.
The findings from the study will be shared with academic institutions, international organizations, and industry stakeholders for health sector industrialization efforts in Africa. As the countdown to the highly anticipated local government elections in Rivers State continues, political parties and other stakeholders are gearing up for the exercise. Gabriel Amunike spoke with some residents of the state.
Announcement by the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission sets the tone for the conduct of a fresh election this August 30 after the nullification of the previous election by the Supreme Court. The announcement is not without mixed feelings among political gladiators and social watchers who pick holes in the process, especially with regards to the time frame for the election. Another issue raised is the question of the legitimacy of a sole administrator conducting a democratic election. While that may be a subject of legal interpretations, political parties, especially the PDP and APC in the state, have already adopted joint consensus candidates across all the local government areas.
As a person, I'm sad. This will not be a different one. We have been doing elections.
We advise them to start warming up because this time around, we want a good leader. We are going to vote.
Other parties that say they are prepared for the conduct of the election outside the APC and PDP arrangement. So I think there will be contest.
A few weeks from now, Rivers residents will not only know their grassroots leaders, but will have the right to tax them on democratic dividends. In Port Harcourt, Robinson Delateide, NTA News.
Oh, sorry about that mix-up. Now let's join Kingsley Amajiri, who is in Port Harcourt, to tell us more. Kingsley, what is the mood like as the election day approaches?
I would like to welcome you to Port Harcourt and let the public know that it's been a mixed reactions to the upcoming local government elections billed to hold on the 30th of this month, August 2025. Well, the campaigns actually are ending today across political parties, and will follow the trends across some local government areas where these campaigns took place. It has been a peaceful campaign, unlike the scenarios in the past when you talk about reverse elections, where you have issues like crisis. This election appears to have a different dimension. And one unique thing about this election is that the two leading political parties appears to be having this joint union or joint ticket, so to speak. One of them endorsing the other. Talking about PDP and APC, in these upcoming elections, we've gone to some campaign grounds. You see PDP members endorsing APC in some local government areas, and the other local government vice versa. But across the state here, the security agencies, the Nigerian police force are here in the state, has given assurance that it has deployed enough personnel to ensure that there will be no security hitches for these elections. And also the State Independent Electoral Commission also has commenced mobilization of key sensitive materials to the various local government areas. We are talking about the 23 local government councils and 319 wards where these elections are expected to hold. Overall, just like you know, in every election, there are people who are disenchanted with the processes. Those who have expressed concern with the issue of the timeline for this election, talking about those who have expressed concern with the 90 days timeline as provided by the Electoral Act, which they said the State Electoral Commission did not comply with. But to the others who are following this process, the political parties, the APC, the PDP, have given indications that come Saturday, they are going out there to vote for the candidates of their choice. That does not also imply that there are no other political parties that are participating in the process. There, in some local government areas, you also have few cases of these other smaller political parties, so to speak, also featuring candidates for this election. That is the general situation in town.
All right, many thanks, Kingsley, for that handful of information, and we sure hope to witness or experience a peaceful election in Port Harcourt. You're watching Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. We'll take a break now. Nationwide will continue in the Markety with Charles Abba.
Glad that you could stay. This is Makudi. Let's take the first report from the executive angle, where Governor Hassan Talia has inaugurated the steering committee on goal coal bed methane and allied resources, charging its members to harness the state's abundant natural gas reserves for electricity, industrial growth, and job creation. Blessing Omeche Ebute has details.
Following the commitment by the federal government and the National Gas Expansion Program to tap into non-conventional gas sources, providing an alternative to traditional reserves and stimulating the state's economy, Benue State is positioned to become Nigeria's first producers of coal bed methane. The inauguration of the 14-man steering committee for coal bed methane in the state, therefore, is said to be a right step in the right direction, as its successful implementation will provide a sustainable economic base for the state and its energy needs.
Some low-hanging fruit for the state because we already have this contract. I want to assure you and your team that we are going to be fully involved.
Chairman of the steering committee, Nicholas Agbo-Ella, pledged the commitment of the members to deliver on their mandate, highlighting the far-reaching benefits of coal bed methane to Benue State economy.
It will, one, create power industry. With modular gas to power units ranging from 20 to 30 megawatts, CBN can provide reliable electricity for industrial clusters.
The formalization of coal bed methane exploitation is expected to check illegal mining activities in the state and restore investors' confidence. In Makudi, Blessing Omeche Ebute, NTA News.
And as we talk infrastructure, we are looking at enhancing the development and the deployment of digital infrastructure and information communication technology across the society, which can be achieved through partnership with the media, especially the NTA, one of the leading broadcast industries in the country. These collaborative views played out when management of NTA Network Center Makudi, headed by its zonal director, Asabe Akmodi, paid a courtesy visit to the managing director, Benue State Digital Infrastructure Company, Tewa Segbandi, at the company's head office in Makudi. Simbiat Agbaji was there and reports.
The Benue State government is making a concerted effort to develop ICT skills, starting with the younger generation and applying technology in key sectors within the state. A notable milestone is the partnership between NTA Network Center Makudi and Benue Digital Infrastructure Company, which promises mutual benefits and growth. The collaboration, which kick-started with a historic visit and discussions, included utilizing NTA's new equipment with a focus on effective resource utilization through patronage.
The governor has been very, very media friendly. He has a very soft spot for NTA, and we will, on our own part, we will want to sustain that. And of course, to whom much is given, much is expected. So we will want to highlight some of all of, if not all of the activities as much as it's humanly possible. And I would like to plead with you that some of those training sessions, some of our people too, you can engage us. We would like to participate.
The managing director of Benue Digital Infrastructure Company, Tewa Segbande, expressed appreciation to the management and staff of NTA for being the first organization to receive this honor. He emphasized the importance of partnering with BDICL, given the current shift from analog to digital and the potential for mutual benefit.
We are trying to see how best we digitize from education, from governance to commerce to agriculture. Even in agriculture, we have finished arrangement for agricultural drones.
The team took a tour of the company's premises, showcasing their equipment and activities. Both parties agreed to set up an implementation committee to ensure that all agreed upon collaborations are carried out effectively. In Makudi, Simbiat Agbaji, NTA News.
And that report rounds off our contribution from Makudi. Olajide is back to you.
Many thanks, Charles, and welcome back to Abuja. And what appears as a reawakening call for the future Inspire Youth Development Foundation has convened a summit to galvanize support for youth ahead of the 2027 election. The youth leaders want the younger generation to involve more in active politics and take their collective destiny in their hands for the rapid growth and national development of Nigeria.
The upcoming elections are not an option. They are a duty. We must register, we must vote. And yes, some of us must even contest. The time is now. The time of shouting from the sidelines is over. We must step onto the field and face the challenge, face to face, fight it. So
to educate and engage youth on how political decisions directly affect their future.
Go out there, fight one another, kill, shed blood, all for them to get what they want. And at the end of the day, a simple rehabilitation program for these youth that has been used, it's not there.
Rabiu says the youth will forever treasure the contributions of the young as guiding light, but insists that the youth requires the necessary space and support to take up leadership roles in all sectors. The Federal Road Safety Corps and the National Association of Nigerian Students are working towards introducing road safety studies in tertiary institutions as one of the compulsory general studies in order to inculcate proper orientation and awareness on road safety among Nigerian students. This was one of the decisions made when the students' leadership paid a courtesy visit to the leadership of the FRSC in Abuja. Oyeyemi Ajayi has details.
Where the people will slow down. It began in a tense atmosphere, a face-to-face between the leadership of the National Association of Nigerian Students and the management of the Federal Road Safety Corps. The students' concern was the deadly crashes on Auchi Road, often involving heavy-duty trucks, claiming the lives of their members and leaving many others injured. And so, they have mind-boggling questions to ask, with the FRSC having answers to provide.
We need multi-pronged and multi-sectoral collaboration to address it. And we can address it with the students, with NAMS. If you go to motor park, you see FRC. Garages, you see FRC. We have now introduced the town hall. We arrange town hall meeting because we felt that if you arrange town hall, you meet almost everyone. So it will be better. And we have road safety clubs in schools.
We have made to understand that there is a serious effort ongoing by the Federal Road Safety Corps to ensure that they reduce and bring to the barest minimum incidents on the highway, particularly as regards the truck drivers. From the meeting, we have been able to understand the effort of the road safety to ensure that they inspect and reinvestigate the licensing of the truck drivers.
The meeting ended on a practical note. Students agreed to serve as road safety spies to monitor officers' conduct, while both sides pushed for more sensitization and synergy. The Corps also reviewed new plans, ranging from contact lens technology for driver's license processing to introducing road safety studies in tertiary institutions as part of general studies. Oyeyemi Ajayi, NTA News.
Now let's join Mary in just some more reports nationwide. Mary, take it up from here.
Olajide, good evening and welcome to JOS. Plateau State Police Command is asking those fomenting crisis in communities to desist from such acts, as it will not hesitate to apply the laws on such people. This was at a meeting with traditional and community leaders from Irigwe Chiefdom following recent attacks in the area. Ijoma Ozemena reports.
During the meeting, the community leaders expressed their concerns to the Commissioner of Police and shared first-hand accounts of the incidents that have affected the Irigwe Chiefdom. Debra Ngwe Irigwe, Reverend Ronko Aku, thanked the Commissioner of Police for convening the meeting. He says the people of Irigwe Chiefdom are peaceful and accommodating to all and have never attacked any of their neighboring communities, but have been consistently victims of incessant attacks by armed bandits. The Commissioner of Police appreciates the paramount ruler and the community leaders for honoring the call for peace, emphasizing the importance of collaborative efforts between law enforcement agencies and community leaders in ensuring peace and security in the region.
To rub minds together today, to speak out, and hear from each other, and also come out with what we are going to do to promote peace.
CP Adeshina reassured them that patrol and surveillance operations have been improved upon to thwart any further criminal activity in Irigwe Chiefdom and the state at large. In Jos, Ijoma Ozemena, NTA News.
The National Orientation Agency says it will continue to enlighten and engage citizens with accurate and timely information on government's policies and programs for national unity and development. Plateau State Director of the agency, Tabitha Kenengpam Horo, said this in Jos. Priscilla Grumnan has details.
Saddled with the responsibility of enlightening the public on government policies, mobilizing public support for these policies, gathering and providing public feedback to government, as well as fostering national unity and patriotism, the National Orientation Agency promotes positive social and economic values such as honesty, dignity of labor, and self-reliance. Already, the agency has concluded arrangements to sensitize citizens in the area of security, family, and national values.
We're also talking to Nigerians about security consciousness. We know that most times parents of households live in fear in whatever community because of the activities of bandits, of terrorists, of armed robbery. Yes. So we are talking to people to be very, very security conscious. So we are talking to Nigerians so that they will be able to know what to do and at the appropriate time too. For us in NOA, programs have rolled out from today, but I'm saying that here in Plateau State, by Monday, the 1st of September, we are going to roll out our own program.
On the current trend in schools across the country, known as Sign Out, the NOA State Director cautions parents on the need to inculcate moral values in their children and celebrate such events in modesty. In Jos, Priscilla Grumnan, NTA News.
And that's our contribution from Jos. Nationwide will continue in our Abuja studio after this break.
Many thanks for being there. The All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, has described the August 16th by-elections in Anambra South Senatorial District as transparent and credible, while commending INEC for a job well done. National Chairman of APGA, Sly Ezeokonwa, in a press conference at the party's National Secretariat Complex in Abuja, acknowledges the role by INEC as critical to deepening Nigeria's democracy and upholding its principles that ensures that the will of the people is reflected at all times. However, notes that there were attempts in some areas by some desperate individuals to disrupt the peaceful process, but appreciates prompt response by relevant authorities.
In APGA, we believe in a free, fair, credible election. That's what we believe. We in APGA commend INEC. We commend our security agencies, and of course, we commend the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR.
The APGA National Chairman, who is also a legal practitioner, commends voters in Anambra for turning out en masse to exercise their civic right in a peaceful and orderly manner, especially those who supported APGA to achieve victory in the polls. While pledging support to President Tinubu's administration, Ezeokonwa says APGA will continue to align itself with the progressives. And let's join our sport desk for sport update.
Nigeria's Bayelsa Queens have stormed into the semi-finals of the Wafu Zombi CAF Women's Champions League qualifiers in Yamoussoukro. The Prosperity Girls brushed aside ASCO FC of Togo with a commanding 3-0 win, building on their opening day victory over Ghana's Police Ladies. With 6 points from 2 matches, Bayelsa Queens are the first side to book a last 4 ticket and will face Sam Nelly FC of Benin Republic on Saturday. Back home in Abuja, football enthusiasts say the girls can go all the way if they stay focused and determined.
I feel that they just need to be consistent with how they've played so far. That is very important. Nigeria has actually been in the CAF Women Tournament. Nigeria has actually been doing a lot well. We saw Edo Queens do exceptionally well in the last edition. Yes, it was quite unfortunate they didn't take it to the final or win the trophy itself, but Nigeria has been consistently progressing in this tournament, and the Bayelsa Queens are also working in that trajectory. So I feel that I'm confident. I'm confident that they are going to really do well going forward.
Basketball in the FCT is also bouncing higher. The FCT Basketball Caretaker Committee has sealed a partnership with the internationally acclaimed Giants of Africa program. During an appreciation visit in Abuja, Chairman His Royal Highness Eze Ifeanyi Eke said the deal will identify raw talent, empower young players and offer global exposure for athletes in the territory and beyond.
I'll definitely do more, and I'll guarantee all of you that Basketball Association will be top-notch.
And to tennis, Novak Djokovic says he has something to prove after reaching the US Open third round for a record equaling 19th time. The 38-year-old, chasing the 25th Grand Slam crown, battled past American qualifier Zachary Zvada in 4 sets. Meanwhile, former champion Daniil Medvedev has been fined $42,500 after his stormy first-round exit against France's Benjamin Bozi. Medvedev's on-court outburst, triggered by a photographer's intrusion, cost him $30,000 for unsportsmanlike conduct and another $12,500 for racket abuse, almost 40% of his prize money. For Sports Update, Bright Ebuchu, NTA News.
And President Bola Tinubu has expressed sadness over the passing of Ahmed Aliyu Mustafa, the Sardauna Adamawa and a one-time Comptroller General of the Nigerian Customs Service at the age of 76. In a statement by Special Advisor, Information and Strategy, Bayo Nanuga, the President acknowledged the deceased's contributions to the development of the Nigerian Customs Service and his Adamawa home state and praised Almighty Allah to grant the soul of late Mustafa Al-Jannah Firdaus. And that's it nationwide. Many thanks for being a part of it. I am Olajide Bello.